Dread is back, and first off, shout out to my boy Young Folk 10K because he gave me the idea to do this video. His page is at the bottom. Go subscribe to him, show him some love, and tell him DreadMan sent you. Anyway, even though he gave me the idea for this video, I've wanted to do this one for a long time, and apparently in the hip hop community we have a little bit of a disagreement as far as who's the better artist, Lil Wayne versus Jay-Z. Now, it's no secret that I listen to both of these guys, and they both within the past 10 years have staked their claim as the king of hip hop and the best rapper alive and whatnot. And both of them made the top 10 list, especially on I think it was MTV's top rappers of the 21st century. Lil Wayne, I think he made like number 7 on the list, while Jay-Z and Eminem, they made the number 2 and number 1 spots, which I can understand. And as far as what they both have in common, they both know better than to They both know better than to let Eminem outshine him on the track, and they both sold a lot in the past 5, maybe 10 years. Especially Wayne, he sold a lot then. But here's something I noticed, and look around YouTube if you don't believe me. Just look on similar videos like this. Everybody who rides Wayne's dick can't stand Jay-Z. And all the Jay-Z stands can't stand Lil Wayne fans. They say, oh, well, y'all don't know nothing because Wayne, he's a pop artist now. And then all of a sudden, all the Wayne fans want to say, oh, yeah, y'all ain't doing nothing but just hating on Wayne because he's the best rapper alive now. And Jay-Z ain't nothing but a biter. And see, it goes back and forth, as far as who you really like better. Now, do I listen to Wayne? Yeah, I listen to Wayne. But then again, you got to ask me which Wayne I listen to. Do I listen to the hardcore, Cash Money, old school Wayne, or do I listen to the new age techno pop auto-tune Wayne? And that's one reason why I was scared to buy the Carter 4, is because I was scared that once I bought it, then I was going to be listening to a pop album. And that was the case with that one album that he made, I think it's like back in '08. And speaking of then, as far as relevance, as far as who's more relevant and who's made more of an impact on the game, Wayne, he didn't really come up by himself until like 2004, 2005. That's when people really started listening to him, and people started listening to him hardcore once he dropped the Carter 2, which is my favorite album by him of all time. I don't really think he can top that or do better. But of course, if you're a Wayne stan, there's a difference between being a fan and being a stan and a dick rider. And if you're a hip hop fan, you will agree that the Carter 2 was his best, rap album. Now, back to Jay-Z. Jay-Z, he'd been in the game ever since 1996, and ever since then, he done dropped, number 1 album after number 1 album after number 1 album. And I got 3 favorite albums from Jay-Z. The Blueprint 2, well, not the Blueprint 2. The Blueprint 1, Reasonable Doubt. And some people say Reasonable Doubt is overrated, but, you go back and listen to the album, you tell me it's overrated. And the Black Album. I like the Blueprint 3, but it seems like those first 3 albums that I named have left more of an impact on me as far as what I look for and what a rap artist is supposed to be. And now, as far as beef, I don't really know who Wayne really beef with on a lyrical level, but as far as him beefing, I never really seen him in a publicized beef. Not like Jay-Z and Nas. And Jay-Z, he done beef with like 5 or 6 different rappers in the past 10 years. Whether it be his beef with Nas, some people say he lost, and you can debate that. His beef with 50, his beef with The Game, his beef, he has all these different rap beefs. But, of course, if you're on top, you're going to have people coming at you at all times. But ever since, with Wayne, ever since he's had Young Money, he hadn't really had beef. And I will give Wayne points for these 2 things. I will give Wayne points for versatility. Making a whole rock album and using auto-tune. It's different. Well, not so much with the auto-tune because, ever since T-Pain started using, or ever since T-Pain came out, everybody tried to go pop and use auto-tune. And to tell you the truth, I don't really like it when Wayne does it. And Wayne, he's had indirect shots taken at him by Jay-Z on songs like Death of Auto-Tune and everything. And people have been going back and forth on the Wayne and Jay-Z supposed beef. But then again, you got 2 different kinds of beef. You got legit beef, which is what Jay-Z and Nas had. And then you got promo beef. And, promo beef is basically used to sell albums, like that supposed subliminal diss that Eminem, not Eminem, but that supposed subliminal diss that Wayne did with Jay-Z. And do you know this diss records always come out a week before the album drop? And don't tell me I'm the only one who hadn't noticed that. And as far as lyrically, don't get me started on lyrically. Because I have to say, recently Wayne's lyrics have kind of fallen off the map to me. He's been saying some weird shit. And some people say that Jay-Z, his lyrics are boring, one-dimensional. He raps about the same stuff. But then again, you don't hear him rapping about pussy and weed in every song like Wayne does. But it seems like, you know, back then Wayne was more hungry and more determined to prove he was the best and to make money. And recently the motivation had changed. But, you know, I say it's, but, oh yeah, here's another thing. As far as who's got better beats, more recently Wayne has better beats than Jay-Z does, or he raps over him. And I think that more recently Wayne's had better collabs than Jay-Z. But then again, if it's just Jay-Z on the track, you don't really need anybody else. But anyway, just to wrap up this video, I'm not gonna say who I think is the overall better artist, but then again, you gotta bring this in. You gotta bring this in the equation too, albums and record sales. That's something I hate doing when it comes to judging artists. But as far as albums and record sales, Wayne sold more in the past few years. I mean, he sold a lot in the past few years, but as far as who makes more money, I gotta, you know, Jay-Z. You know, he made 500 million. His net worth is probably within maybe the 10 millions at best, and that's with, you know, people buying his albums at night. And they're saying there's debate as to whether Baby bought like 500,000 of the Carter 4 albums, but once again, you can debate that. Like I said, I'm gonna wrap this video up now, and you can tell me if you think it's the better artist on any level, beat-wise, money-wise, lyric-wise, impact-wise, Jay-Z or Lil Wayne. I'm out, y'all. Thanks for listening.